organized to fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over a decade, and now we've created an easy way for you to do the same thing through our private ticket resale community. Joining our community will give you a way to flip your bread and generate profit income consistently. We provide you with all the tools, training, and resources needed to start your life-changing online ticket business. Zero experience needed. To join our ticket resale community, go to thetickettrap.com. Again, go to thetickettrap.com. That's thetickettrap.com.
The Master's Table by DJ RP Beats and Sincere Love to God, now playing on the internet's #1 destination for true hip-hop. Introducing truthhiphop.com, a meticulously curated platform designed for connoisseurs seeking a superior quality of hip-hop. Immerse yourself in an unparalleled experience of 100% bar-heavy, authentically crafted, real hip-hop. Discover the essence of the genre, reminiscent of its golden era, now playing exclusively at truthhiphop.com.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
My lie in the person of Sincere Love to God.
That mean they arms too short like Charles Anthony Shaw.
We back.
Y'all better know.
I love that.
Y'all better put some respect on our intro. Peace, family. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I am the God, Sincere Love, and I am back with my lovely co-host, Nicey Girl. What's going on with you?
It's good. Happy Sunday, everybody. What y'all weather like? It's been gloomy, cold, and ugly in Cali.
It's not cold, but yeah, it's ugly and gloomy and all that stuff. But it's not cold. It's not cold. It's mild temperatures, but yeah, it's just been real gray outside. And like,
for days.
Yeah.
For days. I started to have Ty to turn on the heater, but if I tell him to go downstairs and turn the heater on, it's set at 85 because that's how cold I've been.
God damn.
He'll leave it on. Yeah, it's been cold. I mean, but cold for us is in the 60s.
Yeah, but 85 is wild. 85.
Yeah.
My mama would have beat my ass, but you got 85.
85. I have it set. When I take a shower or get in the tub, I like to toast up the house first. Only when it's cold like this. Turn that sucker on 85, he be in there dying. Can you turn off the heater?
All right, you might turn on the oven. Shit.
Right. At this point, yeah.
Open that oven up. Oh man, but what's good, family, man? I'm good to see y'all on another Sunday.
In the building. Let me see.
Y'all come on up in here. Make sure you hit the like button as you're coming in the room. Hit the like button and share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we are live right now on Sincere Love the Godcast. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button plus the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast. We are broadcasting live right now on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So you checking us out from Facebook. Shout out to y'all. Y'all like and share over there. If you're on the Sincere Love the God channel, the Godcast Enterprises channel, shout out to you. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Everybody over here on Sincere Love the God channel.
I don't know where they at right now because I don't see nobody hollering at me. Where's the energy this afternoon?
Right. That's why I was like, is everybody over here? Because
you see nobody say peace or nothing so far. What we got here? What's going on here? Usually y'all coming in here, talking black to us. There goes some chick named Star. You know what I mean? Shout out to Star. Of course, the day one going to tap in.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But we here, and I do see y'all coming up in the room. I do see y'all. I do see the numbers going up. Y'all coming up in the room, but for some reason, y'all ain't talking black to us.
Right.
But there you go. Tony Riddle and Real. Good to see you up in here. Peace. be one to the family. We about to get it in on another Sunday like we always do, man. You know, today we talking about this FBA paradigm shift that has been activated real heavy out here. You know what I'm
I ain't mad
saying?
at it. I ain't mad at it
You
at
know,
all.
Elijah Muhammad used to say, every knock is a boost.
Mm. I
Every
like
knock is a boost. So when it seems like something negative is happening towards us, you know what I mean? It really bigs us up to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Every knock seems to be a boost. It works in our favor. So as y'all know, Fat Joe came out a couple of weeks ago, reignited this flame, you know,
and
around
ran.
hip hop conversation, and it's been up ever since. It was already up, you know. We turned the other side down, you know. We came with the receipts, you know. Tariq dropped the microphone check, you know what I'm saying? That was the ether right there. And that turned everything down for a minute, but we were still on deck, you know what I'm saying? We were still on deck. I guess they thought the coast was clear. They tried to come back outside, you know what I'm saying? And they wasn't expecting the type of backlash that they've been getting because it's been swift. It's been very swift. Y'all been handling business out here. Shout out to the Black family.
Shout out to the FBA Black family and also some of our, you know, African and Caribbean brothers and sisters that's been on code with us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave them out because part of that, you know, is, and they're trying to change it, you know, as a Fat Ho said, we, you know, we're a hate group and, you know, we are against anyone that doesn't look like us or that does look like us, but not us. That's not true. You know, so
That's
we
not
want
the
to,
case.
dead that myth as well.
That's not the case, and we can definitely straighten that out today. Shout out to Alicio Amando checking in from Norway in the building.
Peace to Norway. Shout out to you.
Welcome. Peace to the FBA family. Shout out to my brother Stephen Pettis in the building.
Peace.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, we definitely need to straighten that out because you're right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to create this false narrative. First of all, they trying to paint foundational Black Americans as some type of group, some type of organization where Tariq is the leader, and we're this extreme racist hate group who's
Black
against
identity extremists. They're reigniting the Black identity extremist bullshit, and they're attaching foundational Black Americans to that shit, and we're gonna do that right now.
Right, exactly. You know, and we're supposed to be against everybody who's non-FBA. Whoever's non-FBA, they automatically in the crosshairs, and you know, we're just out to get everybody who's non-FBA, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? We get in the FBA family on code with our culture and our heritage, and we making everybody else put respect on it. And so as long as y'all come in the door with respect, everybody's still invited to the party.
Right.
You know, just because the gates are up around the culture doesn't mean people are not invited.
We checking ID.
Yeah.
We checking ID.
We got to get some decorum. First of all, we need to know who goes there.
Right.
Who goes there? You know what I'm saying? What's your background? Yeah, we need to know. We need to know these things. And everybody needs to know that when you come in, you're going to have some decorum. You're gonna have to put some respect. You ain't gonna be just running amok because that's what's been going on.
Right.
That's what's been going on. Ain't been no rules, ain't been no structure, and everybody just been doing what they want to do and muddying up the waters
in our house,
desecrating our culture. Everybody from all of these other cultures, we got enough riffraff within the FBA culture as it is.
Right.
But we got people from other cultures bringing all of their riffraff into the house that we built. And they leaving all of the dust and all of the riffraff, and they taking
our carpet.
Yeah, and they trying to take all of the prestigiousness with them.
Right.
Anything prestigious that happens to come about, you know, while they in here running amok, they try to take that with them and hang that trophy on their cultural mantle.
Right.
And we just ain't having that.
Absolutely. Like our grandmothers and mothers used to say when we were a little closer, though, you letting the flies in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. We're not letting the flies in. That's it. And we checking ID.
Still got love for the non-FBA family, you know, as long as you on code, you know what I'm saying? Still got love for the Puerto Ricans, still got love for the Jamaicans. You know
Just
what I'm
don't be a
saying?
culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Don't think that you're about to colonize our culture. That's it. Don't
Exactly.
come in disrespectful. Like Busta Rhymes saying we have no culture yet. Your entire career, you've been cosplaying foundational Black American culture. You can't do that.
Right.
We didn't even know
Right.
you were Jamaican, for how long? And
Right.
you was ashamed of your own culture that you claim created hip hop. What you
Yeah.
talking about?
According to him,
Right.
he said that.
He said that.
He said that himself. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people, who admitted that. A lot of people who admitted that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's not as disrespectful as Busta Rhymes was with it. But the Kango kid from UTFO, he was a Haitian brother, and he talked about how he used to hide that his Haitian background because it wasn't cool to be a Haitian back then and all of that. And he knew he would get roasted and shit like that. And so he kind of hid it, but he wasn't disrespectful at all. So
it was a district, and it was based off of one, how they dressed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all swag wasn't up. You know what I'm saying? Your hairlines wasn't crisp. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You was just getting roasted, not necessarily because you are, Haitian or Jamaican or something, but you just wasn't fly. That's it.
That's right.
You just wasn't fly.
Right. And you know how we is, especially as kids, we can be very cruel.
To each other as well.
Exactly. That's just kids being kids, especially in New York. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in New York, I mean, you couldn't just come outside looking any old kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You had to have your swag correct. Everything had to be right and exact. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just wear any old pair of Timberland boots. You had to have the right Timbs. No.
Wait a minute, because Timbs is not our thing, right?
Right.
So can you please tell me what Timbs are the Timbs? Because actually my son and his girlfriend actually want to do a little couples photo shoot. Okay. And they want to do denim on denim with some Timbs. You know what I'm saying? So I need to let my son and his girl know what Timbs are they supposed to rock.
Listen, construction Timbs with the double soles and the leather on top.
Got you.
Everything else is dun. Everything else is a dun. Those ain't it.
That ain't it.
Gotta have the construction Timbs. You could do some black constructs, but mostly, the wheat constructs with the double soles with the black leather around the top. Period. Point blank. I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying? You do got 40 belows. That's a little more exclusive. If you remember the movie Juice, the Tupac, the boots that Tupac had on, that Bishop had on in Juice, those are the 40 below Timbs. You used to see Naughty by Nature and them wearing them. Right. They come all the way up, like damn near to the knees. You know what I'm saying? Those, they cost a little bit more. Those are a little bit more exclusive. You definitely could come outside with those on. Okay. Those is official. But I'm just saying the standard was the construction Timbs, double sole, leather on the top. You try to come outside, you ain't got the leather on top, niggas gonna roast you to oblivion.
You getting roasted.
If you got one sole, one little skinny sole on the bottom, niggas is gonna kill you. Niggas is gonna kill you.
Out here, niggas used to get roasted. The Jerry curls was popping, during our time. And, niggas wanted that Ice Cube type of hang time. Ice Cube was kind of flowing in the back. But it was a lot of niggas out here who hair really didn't grow long in the back, but it was full in the front. Nigga, you better cut that shit even. You better cut that shit even. You about to get roasted if the back ain't hanging a little bit of this way up here, but it's full right here. I remember that shit like it was crazy. And the reason why I know that is because my brother's hair did not grow long in the back. I wish that I could share a picture. I have this picture of my brother in the 80s on Britton Block. For all my Linwood family that's probably listening, I grew up on Britton. My brother walking across the street, someone got a snap of him. He in his sweater, he dressed up with that curl, that back was not hanging, but it was full on the top. He was getting roasted. My brother finally cut that shit because he was like, my back ain't catching up.
I was just watching the Straight Outta Compton movie too. That was the first time watching it since I watched it when it first came out just one time. And so I watched it the other day. It was like watching it for the first time again. Right. That movie was good as hell.
Heck yeah, it was funny too. Some of the parts of it, or just seeing how they caught cultural aspect of it in the 80s, how we were dressing and stuff like that. Like it was dead ass. The girls with the symmetrical bobs. I had one, still got a picture of that. You know, in the 80s, begged my mom to let me cut my hair, you know, in a symmetrical bob.
Facts. Yeah, that was on point, man. And so, yeah, thank you, FBA Baby Boomer, for the $5 super chat. And I was just about to remind y'all that we do have the challenge going on for the first 45 minutes of this live stream. We're trying to get 10 people to cop a super chat sticker, $4.99 super chat sticker. If we get 10 people to cop one in the first 45 minutes, we will reach our goal. And at the end of today's broadcast, we will allow all the participants to come on and share their thoughts about today's broadcast. So if you want to get a chance to hop on, get on the mic, share your thoughts for today, go on and get you a super chat sticker and support the broadcast today. Appreciate y'all, family.
Thank you, FBA Boomer. And also, like she said, he said, why? How you hating from outside the club? Like Chris Brown said. Because that's what a lot of them are doing. Too. How you hating from outside the club? Stop doing that.
Right. Indeed. And so, yeah, man, you know, it's been a lot of good straightening going on, you know, with this whole thing. And people been splaining, you know, because they've been getting a lot of backlash. And so I haven't really heard anything from Fat Joe. He kind of just ran and hid. He's been hiding out. He can't even promote his album no more. He got an album out right now. He should be doing a promo tour, but it looks like that got cut short.
But that shit flopped. Somebody was talking about, and I saw someone posted a TikTok, and this person on TikTok was talking about, you know, his Facebook page and some other pages that he has, you know, with his albums and the number of views that it's gotten since the album released. It's a flop.
Yeah, it's a flop.
That's why he's hiding. It flopped.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on, man. And that's the thing, man. It's straightening time. Everybody gonna have to put some respect on it. I talked yesterday about how Sadat X crashed out. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of
disappointing, huh?
Yeah, very disappointing and just cringe worthy. I know Lord Jamar is like, damn, God, like what? Like really? You know what I'm saying? And I seen
him a little grace though.
I seen he spoke on it a little bit though. Yeah. I gotta give, you know, shout out to Lord Jamar because he kept it a buck, and that's his brother.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's his brother. So I don't expect him to go in heavy and, you know what I'm saying, ride on him like that. But he did keep it a buck. He said, yo, I don't know. He said he on some other shit right now. He said, that's my brother. I love him. But he on some bullshit right now. You know what I'm saying?
Attention? Do you think that it's attention? Because let me go against the grain a little bit, because if I go against the grain, that's going to bring some, you know, activity to my page, or I don't know. I'm just asking, like, does he really feel this way, or is this like, let me just kind of go against the grain a little bit so that I can get a little traction?
I talked about that yesterday when I was talking about it. I said that might be what it is, because to be honest, he hasn't really said how he feels about the topic. You know what I'm saying? He's not picking a side. He's just being ultra aggressive about not picking a side.
Right.
And it's like, you don't have to pick a side. You don't got to be a part of the conversation at all. It's fine. You're allowed to stay neutral. You know what I'm saying? But he's being ultra aggressive about being neutral, which is weird, which is like what you're saying is probably just he likes the attention. And some people, you know, they just have the mindset that, you know, all publicity is good publicity, you know, all attention is good attention. So I guess he feels like this will boost him one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's not really a good look. It's not really a good look.
I'm gonna say it when he be putting his teeth all up in the camera like that.
I'm gonna let you do that. You know, you a woman. So,
I'm a woman. Like, I don't be like, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people get close up, people like, dang, he got nice lips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We do look at that stuff too. And I was just like, not Donkey from Shrek up on here enough for real.
Damn. You know, like I said, I let the lady speak on that. I ain't even going.
Donkey from Shrek up in here playing.
I ain't going to do that, man. You know, and again, me and my brother DJ RP Beats, we got a dope song with Sadat X.
Right.
That's what we open up with, the God Mind joint. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all that don't know, you know, DJ RP Beats, Sincere Love to God, featuring Sadat X, God Mind. You know, it's a great record. Y'all can go check it out. That's on our album, The Spirit and the Shield. We did a great record with the God. So, you know, that's the reason why I felt compelled to even speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, you know, kind of associated. You know what I'm saying? And so I could just imagine the position that Lord Jamal feels like he's in now. Because it's like, you know, they still do shows, they still tour and all of that stuff. Right. So I hopefully this don't mess the brand up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this just don't mess the brand up, and you know, Lord Jamal is able to kind of save the brand, you know, for the whole group, so they can still go out and do their thing. Right. Because the thing about it is, I feel like some people, you know, not just Sadat X, but I feel like some of these rappers, you know, they feel like the people that support them most, their audience is a non-Black audience for the most part. Right. that really go out and support them, and so they're afraid to lose that support, so they don't want to speak truth to power. But people like Lord Jamal is proof that people respect you standing on business. Even non-Black people, if you standing on Black business, they respect you more. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the truth, they know what the truth is, they know what the reality is, and when they see you kind of cowering down, they lose respect for you.
Absolutely. And I know that to be true because remember, 4 years ago when before Biden took office and Ice Cube was on his, you know, like, our vote is for sale. Let's get on coal. We got to put Black America first. And on Twitter, it was a bunch of Hispanic people, you know what I'm saying, trying to go against him for that. He was like, look, if you feel like you can't rock with me no more because I'm putting my people first, you didn't rock with me to begin with. He stood on business because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it was life or death. At least, you know, that's how he felt at the time. So if that's how you feel, you want to fan anyway, good luck. I'm standing on business.
Hold on, Mark W. I just said he's not obligated to be a part of the conversation. Right. You're allowed to be neutral. You're allowed to stay out of the conversation. I just said that. So I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You said y'all making it sound like Sadat X been missing. You can't blame him for being out of this conversation. He's talked pro-Black for years, and weirdos badmouthed the genre for decades. Listen, it's okay if he wants to be neutral, but it's weird that he's being so aggressive about being neutral.
Right.
He's going on a rampage and going on this weird tirade, calling people niggers with the hard R and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to be neutral. Just be neutral.
Just be neutral. And the thing is also, you know, before you start saying something, please listen to the whole broadcast, because and don't pick a part that you hear and not the full sentence or the full context to pick that one part apart. I don't like that. Like, listen. Start listening. Stop listening to respond and listen.
Listen, whatever the case may be, I don't have no problem. I prefer people who are not gonna people who are not gonna add anything conducive to what we're doing. I would prefer that they stay on the sidelines. Right. Everybody don't have to be in the conversation. I would rather you say nothing than to be off code running around saying a bunch of dumb shit. I would rather you say nothing at all.
Who tagged him? Who brought him to the conversation?
I was thinking, because I was trying to figure out where it derived from, and I'm just thinking that people wanted him, since Lord Jamal is a big part of the conversation. Right. People wanted his opinion, so people probably were tagging him and asking him, "Yo, what you got to say about this? You know, we ain't heard nothing from you." And you know, that's a natural thing for people to be like, oh, I wonder where Sadat X thinks. I wonder where Grand Pooba thinks. You know what I'm saying? But for you to crash out over that, that's the weird part. You could have just said no comment.
Why the hard R?
Thank you again.
Where's his family from?
A lot of people are asking that question. I'm not sure. Not sure. FBA Baby Boomer, once again with the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate that. Shout out to Lord Jamar Check his track, Elephant and
I loved
Elephant,
it already.
the clap back. I heard a little snippet of it. I haven't really heard the whole thing. I just heard like a snippet of it.
Yeah.
He's about to drop an album, I believe, on Tuesday, right? New Year's Eve.
I don't know if it's the full album or it's going to be that single, the full, single, because he said that he was still working on the project. So I don't know if it's going to be a full album, by the way.
Lock Vegas. I've seen some people on social media saying that Sadat X has a Guyanese background. I'm not sure about that. I think that people are actually mistaking that for Lord Jamar.
Right.
Because Lord Jamar actually has a grandfather or something like that.
But it's
that
great.
Yes, yeah.
That's
One of his peoples immigrated here from Guyana. He's FBA on one side, and these people, well, he has a grandparent somewhere that immigrated from Guyana. But that grandparent came over here and mixed in with the FBA. So Lord Jamar is FBA. But
and he's standing on FBA business.
Yeah. And so I think he's not half. Somebody said Lord Jamar is half and half. He's not half.
No, he's not.
He has like a great grandparent that came over here from Guyana. But that great grandparent procreated with an FBA, and then those FBAs procreated with more FBAs, and all the way down to Lord Jamar. So it's not really half and half. But I think people are mistaking that for Sadat X's background. I don't think Sadat X has a Guyanese background. Maybe I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything that really certified that. I'm pretty sure Lord Jamar would have probably mentioned that if that was the case.
Yeah.
When I spoke to Lord Jamar briefly when I was on his live, I had asked him about Grand Poobah, because people were saying Grand Poobah was non-FBA. Because Poobah used to always put a little reggae Jamaican twang in his music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess people were assuming that he had a Jamaican background because of that. But I asked Poobah, and Poobah was like, nah. I asked Lord Jamar, and he was like, nah, Grand Poobah is FBA.
Well, I like the came up with on the Art of Dialogue. We created break dance. So what do you say? Let me get it right. We created break dance. You just helped it advance. Do the FBA. Now Team Black. Team Black.
Team Black. Team Black.
I said, now come on now. I love it.
Yeah, that was dope. And that's exactly right. Dwan B. Shout out to my brother Dwan B in the chat. Y'all make sure, if you're not already, you should be already subscribed to our brother Dwan B. That's our good brother, the music historian right there. One of the foremost music historians on the scene today, Dwan B. If you're not already subscribed to that brother, you tripping. Make sure you go ahead on over to his channel, hit that subscribe button, drop your link in the chat. Dwan.
That's my LA brother.
I know Star probably got the link on deck. Drop Dwan B's link in the chat just in case anybody here has been under a rock and they're not in tune with our brother. They need to get tapped in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was so funny when I heard that on the Art of Dialogue. I hollered. I said, now he need to release that. That's the whole anthem.
Yeah, that would be a good one for a bunch of us actually to just jump on, do a verse, do a little freestyle on that joint right there.
I'm getting on it.
The wheels are starting to spin. Might have to touch that. Might have to touch it. That nigga probably send out a cease and desist immediately. Get all our shit taken down. Nigga get on some Drake shit.
Oh my. That would be wild.
Word up. But yeah, man, like I said, every knock is a boost, man. And so, the fallout has been swift, you know what I'm saying? And people been doing a lot of splaining. So that brings me to Math Hoffa.
Yeah, I wanted you to touch that because, I was in your comments, obviously, on your Instagram, and somebody tagged me, and he was basically saying that he doesn't think that Math Hoffa understands what FBA is and blah, blah, blah. We gonna stop doing that. These people know what FBA is, and we're gonna stop giving them an out. He was just like, well, he's just a battle rapper. I really don't think he really just understands what FBA is. Bullshit. We're not going to keep giving these people an out. They do know, because they know how to have disdain for foundational Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? So you know what the hell we are. I'm not giving Math half of that out at all. He knows. No.
I already know that you was going to feel like that, and that most people are going to feel like that. And I don't want to defend Math at all, but I do kind of agree with that sentiment, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I do, because I watched the full video that he made, and he was trying his best to be as respectful as possible. And some people really don't know. That's just the honest truth. Some people really don't know. They just don't have the information. They're not tapped in like that. They don't know. And that's what I gathered when I watched the full video. I'm like, he's not trying to be disrespectful. He's trying to be as respectful as possible. He just don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He just wrong. He knows
damn well Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, are not damn immigrants. Stop it.
Listen, so you think that this mainstream media, you think that what they do is not effective? Because that's what they've been pushing for forever. So you think nobody bought that? They just been telling this lie that we all immigrants and we the same as everybody else for all of these years that they've been doing it, and nobody bought into that. Everybody knows better than to believe that. I think that the mainstream media is a very powerful entity, and what they do happens to be very effective. And there's a difference between people who are just outright disrespectful and disingenuous than people who just don't know what the hell they're talking about. And I just kind of think Math just don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Math did not want to get. He didn't want to get Fat Joe'd.
And also, he's in a precarious situation as well, because he feels like Fat Joe kind of helped him. You know, his numbers went up from Fat Joe coming on his platform. And who else did he say? Eminem. I think he said Eminem was the first person to co-sign the first superstar to come out and
non-Black people
and co-sign his platform, or whatever the case may be. So that also puts him in a precarious situation too. You know what I'm saying? I think there are some people who take our verbiage, who take our talking points and misrepresent it and weaponize it against certain people also. And so I feel like we got to do a better job of cleaning some of that up too. This is not making no excuse for nobody. This is not trying to defend anybody. But there are people out here who use our terminology, who use our, like I said, our verbiage and our talking points as weapons to just dismiss people wholesale. Because what we're saying, we're speaking out against the tethers. And we have defined over and over again what a tether is. It's not just somebody who has a non-FBA background, but it's somebody who is actively working to undermine us, somebody who is cosplaying as us and misrepresenting us. You know what I'm saying? These things, it's just like cooning. In order for you to be a coon, you have to know what you're doing. Cooning is an intentional thing. You know what I'm saying? You have some people who behave like what you would describe as a coon or a buffoon, unwittingly. Sometimes you have people who just, you know, they 85, they don't got no knowledge of self, and so they just, you know, they're acting out the program that was programmed into them. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference between somebody who knows exactly what they're doing, who's trying to get some butter biscuits for themselves and throw the rest of us under the bus.
That's majority.
I don't know what the numbers is.
I feel like are butter biscuit eating fools that are trying to get some biscuits for themselves, and damn the rest of us.
There's a lot of that. There's way too much of it. But I'm just saying that there's the same difference between the coons and just the lost souls is the same difference on the non-FBA side of it as well. But some people don't have that type of nuance with it. They don't make no type of difference. It's like, if you're not FBA, you a problem, period. You know what I'm saying? Just period. I'm not buying no more jerk chicken because I don't fuck with Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people out here that's on some shit like that. I'm not one of those people.
I make my own jerk chicken. I make my own Chinese food and stuff like that because I tried to go to a Jamaican restaurant out here and they left me sitting down for like 30 minutes without offering me a glass of water. They were rude. So I walked out. I've never had Jamaican food outside of what I've cooked.
I'm just using that as an example.
I know.
You know what I'm
I'm just
saying?
kidding. I'm sorry. With all this social media bull crap, that's on here or whatever, it's been said over and over and over again what a tether is. I just find it hard to believe that they only gravitate to what the negative part of the tether is without the understanding of what we have said a tether is. They know. I'm not giving math half a pass.
No, I'm glad that you're not. This is why I love what we do. This is why I love what we do. We bring balance to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I'm just saying that's what I gathered, if I'm going to be honest, when I listened to him speak on the issue. You know what I'm saying? And
he
so
doesn't want to be Fat Joe, sincere. He doesn't want to be Fat Joe. That's why he did that live.
I think it's too late though.
Yeah.
I think it's too late.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely too late. You know what I'm saying? People are saying they done with math. You know, people are unsubscribing. I'm pretty sure when he look at those analytics, it ain't going to be the same. Right. You know, in the next cycle.
And the thing with that was he sat there and let Fat Joe, him being a black man, at least wearing the black uniform, allowing this white Latino to sit there and say nigga, 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 like he was doing unchecked. You can let someone get, their thing out. You know what I'm saying? And I probably would have sat there too and let him get it out. And as soon as he's that period at the end of his sentence finished, see, this is what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? You being a white Latino, you know what I'm saying, sitting here in the presence of black men and whatever, saying that word, it's not right. You know what I'm saying? He should have checked that shit, but it went unchecked, and that's what made him look weak and foolish. And black Americans ain't messing with you because of that.
That has been normalized in places like New York. Is the thing. Yeah. And I'm not just gonna put it on, I'm not just gonna put it on, I'm about to say I'm not gonna just put it on New York, because I've been in the South over a decade now and I see it down here too. Man, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of, you know what I'm saying, especially younger kids who run around with their non-black friends and
Asians, Hispanics,
exactly. And they
say
all
it to each other.
Right.
They say it to each other. I've been in the mall or out and about and seeing them saying it to each other, not to their black friends. There's no black people in the mix. They're saying it to each other.
That's a good point too. Somebody said math isn't too bright to expect him to say something is wishful thinking. And you know what I'm saying? Not to really throw shade like that, but that's another part of the reason why I felt that way too, because I tune into certain episodes of the podcast when they have certain guests on there that I'm interested in. So people like him, Nori, Joe Budden, it's a lot of people out there that are these hip hop podcasters, bloggers, interviewers, whatever, who really ain't that damn bright, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to them, when Drink Champs first started, it was so shocking to me how off code and just slow Noriega was, because when I grew up listening to Nori's music, he was always spitting God body language and all of that stuff in his rhymes. He had Tragedy, Gaddafi. They was always speaking as if they studied the same lessons that I studied. So I just assumed that these niggas got knowledge of self.
Cosplaying.
But, once the internet has revealed a lot that niggas ain't never really studied these lessons. Niggas just been around, heard the language, and it was just...
And it was hot.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what they was doing. There was a couple of episodes of Power. I think it was Power, or one of the spinoff shows, where they had some God body niggas on there, and they was using the math to speak in code to sell drugs and shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like what is this?
That goes against all the lessons.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was shit like that, that I had to come to realize, like, these people is not who we thought they were. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not really giving him a pass. It's just like lowering my expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect that much from these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Star. She gifted 5 memberships. So I don't know how that works when people
I don't
gift
either.
messages. How does that work, Star? So can people click on something in the chat and accept your gift or something like that? Let us know how that works, because I'm not too sure. But we appreciate you always showing love and support.
Absolutely. Y'all don't know how she supports me outside of here. You know what I'm saying? She is the real MVP. Shout out to my cousin Star. Let me tell you, she is always looking out for sure. You know, just checking in on me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm sick, you know, when I was sick, you know, a few weeks ago, just checking in on me. Do you need me to send you some tea? Like things like that. Like I appreciate that about Star.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, some people are saying that, yeah. Shout out to Jesse Paris. He said he noticed the same thing in Denver. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's everywhere.
Yeah. And so yeah, that has been very normalized. And so I'm not saying that as an excuse or to give a pass to nobody. I'm just saying, I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in New York, and it is true what they're saying. Blacks and Puerto Ricans grew up side by side with each other. And this is the thing, because I'm seeing this in my comments a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about. I got a lot of Puerto Rican homies. Those my day ones, and they ride for me. I ride for them. Da da da. Guess what, nigga? Guess what, nigga? Me too.
Right.
I got Puerto Rican homies too. Day ones and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't change the truth about what we're saying.
Right.
They didn't create hip hop, nigga. They act like us. We don't act like them. They shed their culture and came around us and got acclimated into ours. That's all that we saying. We're not saying
also, your day ones don't disrespect you or the culture.
Right.
Okay, right? I'm just saying your day ones are not disrespectful.
Not outwardly. I did see some things. I think around the time when Trump first ran for president,
Mm-hmm.
there were some Puerto Ricans that I knew from around my way that I was giving major side eyes on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because they was definitely team white supremacy when Trump rise really started going into overdrive, when he started coming up in the political world, and he was heavily associated with the alt-right and all that. It was a lot of Puerto Ricans that I knew, that I grew up with, that was rocking with a lot of that bullshit.
The rhetoric.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, we might have grew up side by side and we was cool and we all hung out together back in the days, but that mindset is still there. Little did we know. For a lot of them.
Where's Ralph Hoffa from?
His family is from Barbados.
I mean, well, here in America, like where did he grow up? I should have rephrased
Brooklyn.
that.
Brooklyn.
So he grew up in a household that says, stay away from them niggas, them Yankees, and everything else.
Yeah, and people act like Brooklyn is not like basically another Caribbean island. Nigga.
Right.
Brooklyn probably got more Jamaicans than Kingston.
Wow.
It's probably more Jamaicans in Brooklyn than Kingston, Jamaica. God damn it.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They got whole Caribbean enclaves. You know what I'm saying? They just do. Why y'all acting like that's not the case? You know what I'm saying? But many of them that, like I said, been here for a couple of generations or whatever, you wouldn't know unless you went in their house and met their parents. You wouldn't even know. Like, we never knew Biggie Smalls was Jamaican, right?
Didn't know. I didn't.
We didn't really. Biggie wasn't repping Jamaica and his rhymes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. Nothing about him. You know what I'm saying?
Said Jamaica.
It didn't give Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? He was just a Brooklyn nigga. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people like that we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know Biggie was Jamaican until after he died and we heard his mama talk.
Right. Fact.
We was like, oh shit, Biggie Jamaican?
Right.
We didn't know that. Right. We didn't. Right. Buster. We didn't know Buster was Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know Talib Kweli was Haitian or whatever he is. Where's Kweli from? His family non-FBA too.
Right. And now these same people, minus Biggie because he's not here, but Talib Kweli, you know, he been on some, you know, F-boy crap, you know what I'm saying?
For a long
all the
time.
xenophobia and all xenophobic and all that stuff, you know, because we're no longer under this full-on black umbrella of blackness. You know what I'm saying? We're, just self-identifying, you know what I'm saying? And, letting everybody know who we are versus them. And that doesn't mean that you're not our brother, not our global cousins and things like that. But, we have our own ethnic, lineage. That's it.
Right.
But they take it as a diss to them because, we're basically saying, we're not one and the same. They're them and we're us. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that because it only becomes a problem when we as foundational Black Americans do it. The Haitians can do it. The Jamaicans can do it. Every other group can do it except us. And I have a problem with that. Why are you guys singling us out as xenophobic?
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys have a fear that with us, getting on code about our ethnicity and all of that, and being exclusive the way that we are, I think a lot of them have a fear of being basically on an island by themselves because many of them do not really identify with their family's culture.
Right.
They have been cosplaying us for so long. This is the only identity that they have. And so they feel like if we pushing everybody out, which that's not what we're doing.
No.
But that's what they feel like. If we push everybody out, what do they have to identify with? Because like Fat Joe, we seen when Fat Joe was saying, when Nori said, Fat Joe told him, fuck them Puerto Ricans from the island.
Right.
Right? Because there's a rift between Puerto Ricans that's from Puerto Rico and the Puerto Ricans, the New Yorkers. Because the Puerto Ricans that's from Puerto Rico, they look at the New Yorkers like, why y'all niggas hanging around all of these negros? You know what I'm saying? Why you acting like these negros? They look down on them because of their association with us.
But we're all Black. At least that's what they like to say once they get caught. Well, we all Black. Remember, right. Fat Joe is the same person with blonde hair and green eyes talking about, I thought I was Black. If you don't sit your big ass down, line. But he still said that.
And that's another thing that y'all got to stay out of my comment section with too. And shout out to everybody up in here. It's 170 of y'all tuning in live right now. Make sure y'all hit the like button
and share this.
Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Let me see.
But yeah, y'all got to stay out of my comment section with the Puerto Ricans are Black too. Latinos are Black too. Listen, matter of fact, where's my page? Let me go back down on my page because I showed y'all the statistics. Right? Puerto Rico, Jamaica, all of these places are made up of multiple groups of people, just like the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
The United States of America got people from everywhere.
Right.
Being American doesn't identify you by your racial or your ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Being American, you could be Asian. You know what I'm saying? You could be European.
Mm-hmm.
You could be FBA. You could be Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? That's just your citizenship is being American. And it's the same thing on these islands. You have Asian people all over Jamaica. You have white. Yeah. You got white people all over Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? You got all different type of people. They even have a saying in Jamaica, out of many, one. That's their national slogan. Out of many, one people. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the same thing on Puerto Rico. But where's that post that I put up where it shows the racial demographics over there?
Pull it up and send it over there.
I'm on my page right now. I just forgot.
It's in a slide. It's in a slide.
Yeah.
It is going to be.
I think it's the one with Fat Joe. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says estimated racial breakdown of Puerto Rico is 43.5% white. So the majority of Puerto Ricans identify as white. So y'all coming in my comments talking about Puerto Ricans are Black too? No, 43% of them identify as white.
Damn near half.
Other is 24%. So 24% of them think they're just other. They ain't white, they ain't black, they don't know what they is. They just other. 2 or more races is 23%. So that's the same thing. They might as well just turn that. What's that? 20. They might as well turn that into the other 40% of just people who think they're just others. Guess how many of them?
Black.
Guess how many of them identify as black?
About what, 5%?
8%. 8.5% of Puerto Ricans identify as black in Puerto Rico.
That's because they gotta be the darkest of the dark. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And the people over there on the island won't call them nothing but a negro.
Right. Period. They got a very small percentage of Asians there. They have a very small percentage of Native Americans there, and they have a very small percentage of Hawaiian or Pacific Islander. Same thing in Cuba, because Fat Joe is Puerto Rican and Cuban.
Right.
And so in Cuba, 64% of the population identifies as white.
Wow.
64%.
Wow.
26% identify as mulatto or mixed. 9% identify as black. And I think I meant the whole 9% when I went over there. I think I met all of them niggas.
Right.
And shout out to them, because they were some cool people. You know what I'm saying? They were some very, very cool people, and they were they embraced their blackness. I will say that. They embraced their blackness wholeheartedly, the ones that I met over there. So shout out to them.
That's crazy. 64%.
Yeah, y'all keep telling me these are black. They have black Puerto Ricans. Yeah, they do. You have Puerto Ricans who are black. You do. My oldest kids, Zaya and Rhea, their grandmother is Puerto Rican. She darker than me.
Right.
She black. She black. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Abuela. That's a baby girl right there. Love her to death. Love her to death. She's not a tether.
Right.
She's not a tether in any sense of the word. You know what I'm saying? But she's Puerto Rican. But she's a black Puerto Rican though. You know what I'm saying? And their grandfather on that side is FBA, but he's high yellow. He looked like one of the barges. You would think he was the Puerto Rican one. If you saw those two, you would think the grandfather was Puerto Rican and the grandmother was black, but it's actually the opposite.
The opposite way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
64% identify, or 64% of them are white. They white. They white.
And that includes Fat Joe.
Right.
Sloppy Joe is a white man.
Been to PR at least 4 times. They have a saying, keep their black abuela in the closet. Exactly. And that's the reason why, like I said, my kid's grandmother, she was the black abuela. She was outcasted in her family. You know what I'm saying? She told us about that, how that went, because a lot of her sisters and stuff like that, they light skinned and all of that. So they were all treated better.
Different.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she was the one they tried to hide.
That's sad. That's sad.
Real talk.
I can't get over the fact that he said, I thought I was black. Not amongst all these black people that you're around. You knew you looked different.
And look, back to math, because I want to play something that he said that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he didn't get no pass. That's why he gets no pass from me.
Let's be clear, because I don't want nobody to say I'm giving passes. I ain't giving no passes. I ain't got no passes to give. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest about my perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's honest. I honestly think he just don't know what the hell he talking about. That's my honest opinion. But that's not a pass. That's not a pass. You still gonna get this work. That's the bottom line. But let me share this with y'all. Why is it not showing? Okay, there you go.
It's coming up slow. There it is.
Okay.
I've been your fans since like 2013, but you should have checked Fat Joe for the anti-FBA. I'll be honest with you. At the time, I didn't even know what the FBA was. And FBA is an ethnic identifier for non-immigrant blacks, not organization. Bro, I kind of get what you trying to say, but when you talk about blacks and immigrants, if we all just scroll the clock back far enough, we all immigrants, dog. I don't know if you realize that. We just rewind a little bit longer. We all immigrants, dog.
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying
nicely.
again, see, you know what I'm saying? This is how I know he knows. Because he has the same talking point as all of them. Well, no, we're not. And you guys know the difference between us and you. Stop playing with me. Math knows. He knows. I cannot believe that he does not know what an FBA is and all that bullshit. He does podcasting. You're tapped in with other podcasters. You seeing other podcasts or stuff on social media, especially YouTube. FBA has been a hot topic for a long time. You done clicked on something.
All right, cool. But let's not focus on whether Math actually knows or whether he's lying or not. Are there people out here that don't know the difference yet? Are there people out here that would agree with what he just said? Genuinely.
Old people.
Well, I don't agree with you on that.
Why? Let me say why. Let me say why.
Let me say why. Let me say why though.
Sure.
I work in a barbershop. I see people all day long from different walks of life, all ages of people. Majority of our clientele is black people. Y'all know I'm standing on business wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the only nigga in the barbershop that talk like this. Not no more. No, because people that have been working around me for a long time, I got them up to speed. They know what's going on. Shout out to Pastor Tony. He probably checking in right now. Pastor Tony is on code. Shout out to my nigga Bo and all of that. They know what it is. My young boy, Cash, he be trying to troll. He be trying to troll with it, but he know what it is. Mm-hmm. A couple non-FBA brothers that are in the shop that know what time it is. One Jamaican brother, he know what time it is. He's actually very cool. My man Jay, shout out to him. But I'm just talking about the customers that be coming in and out, and we do have these type of conversations. These are hot topics. So these conversations do come up in the barbershop, and I'm the one that has to break this stuff down to people. It's not like everybody knows.
They want to see what you know. And the reason why I say otherwise is because when we're on these spaces, a lot of times, especially with Tariq, we got people calling in from South Africa, Nigeria, all these countries. They're not even here, and they know what an FBA is. I'm talking about the ones that's not even here. They're tapped in and know what an FBA is. The ones that show up respectful, even the ones that's coming up tethering, and trolling, being disrespectful and rude that are not here, they know what an FBA is. I find it hard to believe that these people that are here do not know what we are. I think a lot of times they want to see if you a dumb nigga.
The people that you're talking about are the people that's listening. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get caught up into an echo chamber. I understand that we still have a long way to go with controlling this narrative and really, I feel like we've made a lot of progress. There's a lot more people who are aware now than 4 or 5 years ago.
Agreed.
For sure. But just from my everyday interactions, I understand that we still got a long way to go to get where we need to get, to have more of our people familiar with the language and just on code. That's what I'm saying. It's a cultural revolution that's taking place, and there are plenty of people, not just non-FBAs, but I'm talking about people who are from our lineage who are not even aware of what we're talking about. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, and everybody's not even necessarily a Pan-Africanist, because I hear people, especially a lot of Southern people. You got a lot of Southern people who just off rip tell you we ain't Africans, and they don't have no idea what we talking about. They just heard that from their family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So a lot of Southern people are, they've been knowing that. You know what I'm saying. They, but they just don't have the codified language, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand how we're being undermined. They still think, you know, Barack Obama is one of our brothers.
One of us. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's people like that. They still felt like, you know, we got to support Kamala Harris because she's a black woman. You know, it's a lot of people out there that's still on that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
She still got damn near 90% of the vote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we still, we're not a minority, but we are an elite class in Black society. Everybody, you know, everybody is not enlightened. Everybody has not been initiated into the school of thought. We got work to do.
I agree, but I still don't believe that Matt Hoffa.
Yeah,
I ain't letting up off his ass. I agree that we have a long way to go in my family who's from the South, you know, Texas as well as Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Most of them would not call themselves an African at all, but they are aware of their native heritage. May not know what tribe and stuff like that, but we all are tapped into something native about us.
Right. Facts. Case said Tariq Nasheed owns FBA on papers. You can't own a lineage. I mean, you kind of contradicted your own self in the same sentence. But Mr. Case, if you cop a $5 super chat, I'll let you come on and defend your stance. If you go on and get you a $5 super chat, I will let you come on and make your argument.
Isn't it a white person that isn't it a white person that trademarked African American? No one says anything about that though.
Right.
I'll leave that there.
Black Americans have always been about Black unity, but we have not gotten the love back. Now we are staking our claim in this country. Say that a little bit louder.
Right. Wagons are circling. Wagons are circling. That's just it. The wagons are circling right now.
And so something else that Math said in his little thing that I wanted to address. I forgot right now. It'll probably come back to me. But that whole we all immigrants thing, like, dude, and let me let the rest of that video play because we got the great Dr. Claude Anderson. You know, I added that little clip in there from Dr. Anderson. Let me let that finish playing.
Black folk are the only non-immigrants. Our country is structured on immigrant rights to give them benefits. Black folk are the only non-immigrants in this country. I know people always say, well, Indians are immigrants. Indians were the original people. No, they were not. The original people in this country were Black folk. The Folsom people that came in this country about 16,000 years ago. The so-called American Indians are Asians that came across the Bering Straits about 6,000 years ago. So what I'm saying is that everybody comes to this country to get benefits except Black folk. Nobody wants to stick up for and fight for Black folks. So you cannot solve the racial problem in this country unless you create a circumstance where Black folk can acquire the wealth, power, decent communities, functional schools, and be able to take care of.
And speaking of Dr. Claude Anderson, in this book right here, The Black History Reader, must read, by the way. Black History Reader, 101 questions you never thought to ask. One of the questions in here, question number 9, says, what's the difference between Black American and an African American? And so I'm not going to read the whole passage or whatever, but he said Black exceptionality is a fundamental key to unlock the doors leading to group self-empowerment. Let me read that again. Black exceptionality, and you know he's referring strictly to foundational Black Americans. We are exceptional people. Doesn't mean that we're better than everybody else. It means that we have a very unique history. We have very unique grievance and circumstances different from anybody else on the planet. You know what I'm saying? What we went through here in the United States of America, our ethnogenesis brought about a people who are different from any other group on the planet. and the accomplishments and the achievements that we've had, in spite of everything that we've gone through, that's what makes us exceptional. You know, they refer to us as our ingenuity. You know, they refer to us as being a cultural superpower. You know what I'm saying? We dictate everything that's cool on the planet. You know what I'm saying? The people who've been through the most, we're the most emulated people on the planet. So that's what he's talking about, our exceptionality. And us recognizing that is the key to unlock our empowerment. And so that's exactly what we're doing. That's what this conversation is all about. It's just us and that's what I'm talking about when I say that there are many people out there that don't know. They might have a general idea that, you know, we're not immigrants and that, you know, we're not the same as a Jamaican person or African person or whatever the case may be. They might have that general concept, but they don't understand our exceptionality. They don't understand what that means for us. And that is the key to unlock our empowerment. Once we understand that, we won't tolerate a lot of nonsense that we tolerate, because a lot of people know that, right? They know that we're not immigrants, and they know that there's a difference between us and other Black people from around the world. But that hasn't stopped us from tolerating a lot of the garbage that we have tolerated for all this time. But those of us who are waking up to the scam of flat Blackness are the ones that are recognizing our exceptionality, and we're no longer tolerating the bullshit.
Right. And checking it.
Right. So that's why it's a key. It's a major key. And so he said recognition, respect, and appreciation for our contributions to the socioeconomic development of this nation, to which we are entitled as a special people. They must distinguish themselves by claiming their exceptionality as Black Americans, just as Europeans in the 1680s distinguished themselves by officially labeling themselves white Americans instead of pilgrims or Puritans. They delineated.
Right.
The white folks in the 1600s, they delineated. They said, we different from the white people back home in Europe. We different. You know what I'm saying?
Or like the Jewish people, because they don't like to identify themselves as white. They made themselves, you know, gave themselves a different, you know, identity or an ethnicity, if you will.
Exactly. Exactly. They took a religion and turned it into an ethnicity in order to delineate themselves from other Europeans. Right? He said, due to the fact that the masses of Blacks in America are totally ignorant of Africa, they identify with African American label only out of love and respect for the Black people who residing on the African continent. And y'all need to get the book and read the rest of it. I ain't going to read the whole thing to y'all, but very important book right there. Shout out to G Winner in the building. FBA all day. Papa Gold. Okay. Got the Israelite back in the building. Shout out to the Israelites. Guess what? Mr. Israelite? I agree with you. You know, I ain't gonna give you no pushback. We are Israelites. Shout out to the Moors. Sabir Bey was in my comment section yesterday because, you know, I had to get on him a little bit. But shout out to the Moors. And guess what? I agree with y'all too. We are the Moors. We all of that. I agree with y'all. God bodies, we the original man. Y'all are correct also. All of the above. Yes. But as an ethnicity, we are foundational Black Americans.
Black Americans. Period.
And that makes us exceptional. That makes us exceptional because all of us, all of the melanated peoples over here in the Western Hemisphere and all of that, we are Israelites, right? What's your name? Maltese? Oh, no. Israelite, polite. All of us, the Puerto Rican, the Black Puerto Ricans, the Caribbeans, us, all of us, we all Israelites, right? We all the lost tribes of Israel, right? I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? We all indigenous to the Americas and all that. We the people of the book that they was referring to in the Old Testament and all that. The people that was going to be put in bondage and all of that stuff. That's us. I agree with you.
That's the foundation of Black Americans. Yes.
But the same way I'm not a Puerto Rican, They not FBA.
That's it.
Same way,
That's all.
not a Jamaican or a Haitian, they not FBA.
That's it. Simple.
So you're right, but the conversation is just a little more nuanced. You know what I'm saying? And we the so-called tribe of Judah. Yes, we are, but we still FBA though.
Now do the FBA. The team black. Team black. Team black. I'm just playing.
Copper colored races found here by the Europeans. Yep, that's us. Yep, the Folsom people and all that. Yep, that's us. Mm-hmm. Some of us had an ethnogenesis though, so we FBA now. Does that clear things up for y'all? Some of y'all Israelites and Moors and stuff. Does that clear?
Find a way.
Does that clear some of it up? Because I don't got no problem with what y'all saying, but y'all seem to have a problem with what we saying. I don't understand. There's no conflict there. Even the Pan-Africanists. Shout out to the Pan-Africanists. I still feel like Pan-Africanism is an ideal concept. It's just not practical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If Pan-Africanism was a reality, that would be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? If all black people around the world got on code with each other, oh, that would be great. That would be fantastic.
But
it's just not the case.
And why are all the Pan-Africanists here?
Right.
You know, all the ones that want this whole us to be so African, a lot of them are right here in DC, California, New York, you know what I'm saying? All over the world. Everybody is everywhere but Africa.
Right. White supremacy became a reality. Right. Right. Because enough of them, and not just enough of them in numbers, but enough of the right kind of white people got on code with each other. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bunch of riffraff just agreeing with the concept of white supremacy. It was a bunch of intelligent white people. They're scientists and all of that got involved with it. And they put their heads together and built a system. That's why it's effective. And so that's what we're doing. We're mining Black society for our greatest minds. And we're trying to weed out the riffraff amongst us so that we could get the greatest minds from among us and put our heads together so that we could come up with a system of justice to replace the system of white supremacy.
And not many want to do that. Most want to assimilate with white supremacy. That's it.
There you go. There you go. All right. So we making a little bit of sense today, y'all. We making a little bit of sense. Some of y'all getting some clarity. Some of y'all who might have been a little confused or whatever. Some of y'all getting some clarity. I hope so.
I think the ones that are very aware of it, but still, speaking against and, denying it, that's intentional as well. Because I think that a lot of them, like the Dr. Carrs and stuff like that, get a couple butter biscuits for themselves. I think he teaches, at Howard and things like that. They're aware of it, but they're incentivized to try to push back against it. In a way, wearing their dashikis and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you right here. Why don't you go teach over there?
I agree with that 100%. But I also think that a lot of the naysay, a lot of the contrarians are people who just don't like Tariq.
I think that's majority of it, to be honest. If we're going to be real about it, it's really not, the fact that the truth is what the truth is. It's just they don't like him because he's the one who put the light on it. You know what I'm saying? Who came up with the name, even though Dr. Claude Anderson is the one who came up with the name. Tariq has said that over and over again. He just added the foundational on it. That's it.
Right. Y'all hate Tariq Nasheed more than you love Black empowerment.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's that about? Because I think the one thing that they hate about him more than anything is that he's successful.
Right.
He's successful.
That has a lot to do with it. I was listening to it's a West Coast podcast with MCA and
they interviewed
Tariq before.
Yep.
Anybody know the name of that podcast?
I
Tariq
don't know.
Nasheed was on there before.
Let me pull it up.
MCA is one of the hosts, and it's
Gotcha.
another brother that's a host of it. But they did an episode recently. I don't think 8 was on there. 8 wasn't on there, but it was the other brother that interviewed Tariq was on there with somebody else, and they was talking about this whole conversation with Fat Joe and FBAs and all of that. And the dude that was speaking, he kept trying to insist that Tariq Nasheed is the leader, and you know, he was trying to play both sides of the argument.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to play both sides of the argument because he was like, you know, one hand, you know, he does make a lot of sense, and you know, I understand what he's getting at, but he can't try to say that he's not the leader. He the one that came up with the term, and so he is the leader, and da 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 da. And it was just kind of like,
Is he believing another?
I don't know. He sound like O Dog or one of them niggas to me. I was listening to the audio. I didn't see the video. I was listening to the audio. He sound like O Dog and MC8 and them niggas to me. So I guess he's from Compton.
I'm trying to find
Gangster Chronicles. Yeah, that's the name of it. Gangster Chronicles. Shout out to FU2 in the building. Yeah, Gangster Chronicles. So did y'all see that episode or listen to that episode that I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
I don't know who that brother was that was speaking, but he said that he was
the swole one.
I heard the audio, so I don't know what he looks
Okay.
like. But he said that he was communicating with Tariq when they was organizing the protest at the radio station out there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he had something to do with that whole thing. And, you know, he was communicating with Tariq at that time back and forth, but he said he don't know Tariq like that. But he was trying to act like he was in tune with the conversation and that he was an authority on the conversation, but he was off with a lot of shit that he was saying. He was off with a lot of shit that he was saying about the movement. You know what I'm saying? Because again, he was one of these people who's trying to make it seem like we're just against immigrants, people who are non-FBA. We just got smoke for them just because they non-FBA. And
so that's when I put question. And when people try to do that, you know what I'm saying, and make it about that, I start to question, you know, where they people from. Because we already did it that. Tariq has did it that so many times. So why does it keep coming up?
Right. Yeah. Most people that say that are lying, and they know that they lying.
They know they're lying.
Most people that say that means you are aware of this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And you've heard us say over and over again what a tether is and what it really means and all of that stuff. You know you lying when you say that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all that come in the comment section with the, because I seen somebody, you sent me somebody's page. They posted a clip. Let me see if I can find that real quick. They had posted a clip from King Simon was speaking on Brother Rich's page, and they was posting a clip of Tariq Nasheed speaking, and they was showing the paperwork to the copyright, the FBA copyright paperwork while he was speaking, basically almost like they was trying to have a gotcha moment. But like, dude, y'all just reaching. Like, y'all don't understand business. If you really Cujo,
that's the one.
Can you send it to me right now? What's this? What's this that you just sent me? The guy with the shades on. What's that?
Did I send you something? Oh, that was this guy who I think he's African, was saying that Black Americans feel entitled to something.
All right, so I'm gonna play that.
An entitlement complex.
I'm gonna play that while you find the other thing. All right.
I just sent it to you.
This is my first time seeing this. Okay, no, this is the one I was talking about. I'm gonna play that one in a second. Okay. But let me see the African dude.
That's him right there.
Black people piss me off, especially African Americans. Now, you see, there's a sense of over entitlement.
That shit got the music playing in the background. I gotta just play a little bit at a time because the music is playing in the background.
10 seconds.
And expectations that the world owes something to these people, right? And I think these.
I already see where he's going. I already see where he's going with this shit. So he's saying Black Americans, we got this sense of entitlement and we feel like the world owes us something.
They do.
Yeah, y'all kind of do.
You do. It is what it is. You do.
You kind of do. The only reason why you sitting in that studio in front of that mic and you're not wiping your ass with a leaf somewhere,
right,
is because of foundational Black Americans. We created a lane for you to be able to come over here and prosper and get some opportunities and come to the barbershop and get you a nice little Caesar. You know what I'm saying? We created that opportunity for you. You know what I'm saying? And then what do you do with it? You get on the microphone and start talking greasy.
That's a tether.
Exactly.
That there, family, is a tether.
Prime example. This is a prime example of what we talking about. And y'all niggas act like y'all don't see this. Y'all only see when we clap back.
Right.
Y'all act like y'all don't hear this type of shit. Hold on.
These people, because it's now more of a mindset thing than an actual skin color, right? African.
Hold up. I agree with that part. It's more of a mindset thing than an actual skin color. You right.
Right. Because Fat Joe doesn't have our skin color.
So skin color don't matter. Just because you got the same skin color as us don't mean you are a brother.
Right.
It's about the mindset that you have. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about skin color. It's about mindset. Yeah, I agree with that all day. You got to have the correct mindset and be on code in order to not be a tether. So yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. That's the prime example of a coon right there, family. I mean a tether.
A tether.
That's the prime example of a tether. But this guy's page right here, let me, and I don't really want to give people no shine like that because this nigga ain't even really popping like that, but whatever. Let me see this part that he was playing with King Simon. I think this is the same broadcast that I was on with Brother Rich. Hold on.
give hip hop its due to the I don't want to even call them foundational Black Americans because that Black is taking them back into slavery according to law. But we give foundation melanated people. Let's say foundation of melanated American, or what Tariq said, the Maroons of America. He had a whole documentary on it. And look.
So King Simon is just talking about, you know, the same thing that Sabir Bey was saying. He talking about we need to cancel the word Black, and us calling ourselves Black is the reason why we can't get reparations and the reason why we can't get justice, because in the eyes of the law, the term Black means you dead and you just a slave.
No, we freedmen though. So we already understand where our legal classification is. You know what I'm saying? And so you guys again do not get to come over here and redefine what we said we are.
Say that again, beloved. The legal part. Yeah.
It's our legal classification. A freedman is a foundational Black American.
Right. And so that's the thing. That's the thing. When we say foundational Black American, this is a social cultural term that we use, you know, to identify ourselves and to build up this group self-esteem and to get each other on code with our unique culture here. But we understand that when we go into a courtroom, when it's time to file paperwork, that we have to use different terminology that is interchangeable with foundational Black Americans. Like my sister just said, we have a status on this in this country and on this land as descendants of freedmen. That is a legal status. And so we understand how to be interchangeable with the terms. We don't got to go back to these ancient terms that y'all talking about, because we can't go in there talking about we Moors.
Right.
And that's going to move the needle anywhere. Go in there talking about
identify as Arab, right? Like some of the Moors kind of think they're not Black, but maybe, you know, Arab, you know, descendants and stuff like that. So why would we use that? Even though we know Moor means Black, you know what I'm saying? But you have some Arab people who say, well, I'm Black, you know, I have dark skin, you know what I'm saying? So why would we use Moor?
If we said we was the foundational copper Americans, they wouldn't have no problem with it. right?
I know they'll find a way. They'll find a way.
We was the foundational copper Americans. They be like, yeah, you know, y'all know now.
Not if
You're
Tariq
talking.
said it.
Now you're talking.
Not
But
if Tariq. Not if Tariq made it.
But we can't go. We can't go in the courtroom saying that either.
Right.
We can't go in the courtroom with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, I understand what y'all talking about, and I agree with y'all. We are the copper colored people that they described and all that stuff when they came over here. Yeah, I agree with y'all on the history of it all, but you know, in practice, how we gonna use that?
Right.
How's that any better than us saying black?
What constitution or what legal precedents has copper people made? Freedman has,
Right.
but copper people has not.
Said we are Indian, so use that, dude. They done tricked up them damn Indian. There's only a couple of Indian tribes that are recognized federally, right?
Now. Right.
There's only a few of the Indian tribes that have federal recognition, and they been got y'all niggas off of them damn off of that paperwork. They got that shit sold up.
No.
They been had that shit sold up. We using the right language. We saying the right thing. We saying the right thing. That's why we making the progress that we making already in a short amount of time. We going about it the right way. We're not going to get distracted by none of this. But that guy's page, he posts a lot of this stuff. I seen something else on his page. Hold on. And he's one of the people that we talking about that just hate Tariq Nasheed more than they value black empowerment. Yeah, he's one of those. But let me see. There was another thing. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. And shout out to King Simon. I don't got no problem with King Simon. You know, I just disagree with what he was saying. I don't know. Let me play this right here. I don't know. I think this might be. Hold on. Let me play this right here for y'all.
Or Black Americans or Moors or whatever term you want to use, it just the energy shifted. I remember the whole African thing, and it went from that to it's all about America. Egypt is America. The maps are upside. They started talking about the maps are upside down, and they had places. So many people got this map where all the places in America is places in Egypt, and it's like, whoa, where did all this come from? Then you got the foundational Black Americans. It's like a lot. Like it's like America is different now, King.
And so that's another thing, right? Because I don't want what we're saying to get conflated with some of this other plebiscite babble that's out here, like with the Dane Calloway crowd and all of that type of shit. Like and this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of people from that who are latching onto our verbiage, but they're not saying the same thing that we're saying.
Right.
They saying some whole other shit. I'm not about to argue with y'all about this shit. Y'all, the slave ships was a lie. The slave ships never happened, and Harriet Tubman was a myth, and there was no such thing as Nat Turner and all of this. Y'all that's on that type of shit, sit y'all ass over there somewhere.
Man.
That's what I'm talking about, where we need to get rid of the riffraff and gather our brightest minds, people who actually know what the hell they talking about, people who's dealing with real scholarship that can break the game down. That's what we need to be cultivating and developing and creating platforms for and signal boosting. You know what I'm saying? People who's dealing with real scholarship, not none of this. I don't know where y'all get some of this shit from that y'all saying. I don't know who the master teachers are that y'all refer to, but I beg your pardon, I never heard of such.
Isn't he's supposed to be some type of scholar?
Who that?
Oh boy, that you was just playing.
Who, Brother Rich?
Yeah.
No. Brother Rich, no. Brother Rich, he just does interviews. You know what I'm saying? He interviews people, and I love the way he does interviews, by the way. You know what I'm saying? He asks great questions. He does good journalism. You know what I'm saying? And he talks to people from different schools of thought. You know what I'm saying? He don't just create an echo chamber and only have everybody on that's saying the same thing. He have people on from different schools of thought to give people different perspectives and, you know what I'm saying, different information to be able to weigh out things to decide what's true and what's not true. So I can appreciate what Brother Rich does. Hey, listen, don't get me to try to explain it. I can't explain to you what these niggas is talking about. I don't really listen to them that much, but I do see some of it, like especially on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? When we chopping it up, you know what I'm saying? If you go through, like, you know, if Tariq is doing a space or whatever, if you go through like the comments or whatever it's called, where people are leaving the comments and stuff like that, you're going to see a lot of that in there. You're going to see a lot of that in there. And then what happens is that gets associated with us. That gets lumped in with what we're saying, and that creates a lot of confusion.
That goes back to my point where it turns into just Tariq hate, because why would he even pull up the whole trademarking of the name? So y'all can go find
that's what I was
that.
looking for.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go find that, right? But you don't understand what a tether is. You don't know what FBA is, but you can go dig up that bullshit. Like, that's what irks me about all these niggas that do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I know they're aware, and that's why I don't give those passes. Because you can go find out something.
But there's a difference. This is what I'm saying. Because there's a difference between a nigga like this and Math Hoffa. Like, this nigga, his whole page is nothing but this. Him trying to debunk Tariq. that's his whole page. You know what I'm saying? That's like Taharka Bey. His whole life is dedicated to,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to debunk Tariq. So we know what they doing is all in bad faith and all of that. But Math, you know, he's somebody who got pulled into the conversation because of Fat Joe.
Speaking of Monkey Hat Bay, I've seen in the past, like a couple of years ago, when he's gone after Brother Rich.
He goes after everybody.
They're grifting. The grift. You know, everybody. And what's so interesting to me, him as a Moor, you know what I'm saying, or alleged Moor, he only goes after Black people. I've never seen him, you know, attack white supremacy.
And you know what? And you know what? I heard, speaking of Bay, Sabir Bey said the same shit about Tariq the other day. And I was like, what?
What?
He said Tariq never goes at white supremacists. He never goes at white people. He only goes at other Black people.
That's not true.
Nigga, what?
That's not true.
Like, I seen this nigga go head to head. Matter of this nigga used to be on Fox News.
Right.
Giving these people the business. Right. Straight to their face. Sitting right there with Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson.
Laura Ingraham or whatever her name is.
Yeah, all of them.
Seeing these fools.
Jared Taylor. What's the other alt-right dude's name?
I can't even think of it.
The one that made Roland Martin look like a fool on his show. Whatever the hell his name was. Him, Baked Alaska and all of those people.
All of them.
Like, what are you talking about, dude?
These niggas sit up here and make videos all day talking about only Black people. White supremacy never comes up.
Tariq and Tariq could defend himself. Like, it's not here, you know, defend Tariq hour. But I'm just saying, the man has a movie called The Religion of White Supremacy. If you watch that movie, you'll never hear the word white supremacy more times in your life.
Right.
When I remember when I first watched that movie, I was like, damn, how many times they gonna say white supremacy? They said white supremacy at the end of every sentence or the beginning of every sentence, either started or ended with white supremacy for 2 hours.
Right.
But this nigga don't go at white supremacists? I'm like, oh,
all day
what the hell
long.
Y'all niggas talking about?
All day long, he's taught us, you know, the talking points of white supremacy with, you know what I'm saying? The words in which they use to try to deceive us.
Their tattoos.
Right, all
their hand signals. Laces. Right.
You know,
their manuscripts and all of that stuff. I learned a lot of that stuff from Tariq Nasheed.
Right. Not you niggas.
I learned a lot of that stuff from Tariq Nasheed. I ain't know about some of these hand symbols and some of these tattoos and shit that they got on their body. Tariq exposed a lot of that shit.
Exactly.
You know, where they get their rhetoric and their philosophies from. You know, the Turner diaries and all of that stuff.
Yep.
Been talking about that shit for forever.
But I guess it's because, again, they didn't do it. That's why they're mad. And the fact that he gets so much respect, you know, in the community, they have a problem with that because they want to be where he is. And my thing is just be you and be in your lane.
And so I think we hit our super chat goal. So I'm gonna open it up in a second. I'm opening it up for a second for a couple of y'all who participated. It's gonna be only the people who participated in the super chat. So if you purchased the super chat on today's broadcast, in a minute, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to hop on here briefly and share your thoughts about today's broadcast. But this is only for the people who purchased super chat stickers. But before I do that, I wanted to get back on this hip hop thing for a minute.
Yes.
Because people are, you know, oh, Puerto Ricans did have something to do with it, and they was there in the beginning, and and they still trying to defend this shit. And I'm like, okay, y'all looking real silly out here because hold on a second. Let me share the screen.
First students.
Let me share the screen. Dr. Cologne brought one of his fellow Puerto Ricans on his show to try to co-sign his bullshit, and he got embarrassed. So check this out.
After the holidays,
yes, sir.
Much, brother, for all that you do. And
hold on. Brother, hold up right there. Hold up right there.
Fair use, by the way. Dr. Cologne might try to get this shit taken down.
It's out there now.
Yeah. Thank you for being a voice, with all respects, to my Puerto Rican people in this culture. Puerto Ricans didn't start hip hop.
Whoa, say what now? Whoa, say what now? Look, and this is Batch. He's a TBB founder from 1975. He was there in the Bronx. This is not some nigga from the West Coast who don't know what he's talking about because he ain't from the Bronx and all that. This is a nigga from the Bronx in the 1970s who's Puerto Rican, a proud Puerto Rican. What'd he say?
Puerto Ricans didn't start hip hop.
Whoa.
How embarrassing.
Puerto Ricans didn't start hip hop at all. My African American brothers.
Yo, look at Cologne. I need y'all to look at Cologne. Look at Cologne. Watch he start squirming in his seat. Hold on, y'all.
Oh, he's steaming.
He trying to keep his cool. Look at Cologne, man.
No.
Hold on.
My African American start hip hop at all. My African American brothers created hip hop.
Foundational Black American Batch. Foundational Black American. Let's
He all know the lingo. We'll give him a pass.
Yeah.
My African American brothers created hip hop, whether it was Africa Bambaataa, DJ Kool Herc, Red Alert. Let's go back to Grandmaster Theodore. That's my boy. I was just out here with Theodore like how long ago? 5 months ago. Grandmaster Theodore. My God, I was hugging him like a little boy with a big bag of toys. But anyway.
And Batch sound like, you know, he had a little rum before he got on the live. He sounded like he was drinking a little rum, but a drunk man speak a sober truth, ain't it?
Yes, there we go.
Drunk man speak a sober truth, ain't it? Oh, hey, he sounded like he had a little swig or whatever, but hey,
that's all right.
You know,
you remember that,
right? Hold on, I got some more for y'all. Hold on, I got some more for y'all. Hold on. Grandmaster Caz was there, wasn't he? Hold on, I got just a commercial plan. But Grandmaster Caz is an OG, right? He was there from the beginning. Let's go back to Grandmaster Caz. Hold on. Let the commercial pass, and I'm gonna put it on the screen right now for you. Let's go back to Grandmaster Caz.
Some of the first people, Hispanics in hip hop, was down with me.
Which I know.
Okay, from Disco Wiz, Prince Whipper Whip, Charlie Chase, my man Lil G, you know what I mean? I've always, but they was down with me. Okay, I was the one that had the DJ equipment and stuff and this and that. When I went to Roosevelt High School, my man Disco Wiz became my partner. He used to box at the PAL downstairs. And I met him like that. And then I was like, yo, I DJ, yo, you should come check my shit out. And I taught him how to DJ and all that shit. So I'm making that point to say that Hispanics were involved in hip hop in every element in the early days, but predominantly hip hop is Black culture, okay? And predominantly done by Black people. And I mean Black by Black Negroes, whatever you want to call us, because I know Puerto Ricans is Black too and all that. You Black, but you Black like that.
You Black like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I just sent you another one too, if you want to play it with Lazy Legs, who was also giving it up to foundational Black Americans as far as, being the ones that created breakdancing until he flipped.
Yep. I remember that one too. I'll play that one for you in a second too.
Like, come on now.
Hold on. I don't want to play this music. Okay. And this is Charlie Chase. Grandmaster Caz was talking about DJ Wiz, Disco Wiz, who was the first. He's known as being the first Latin and hip hop, Latin DJ and hip hop, whatever. But sometimes people like to give the credit to Charlie Chase, but Charlie Chase actually came after Disco Wiz.
And they know this.
Charlie Chase, but he told the truth too.
For me, it was in one of the community rooms. There was no light in there. It was dark as hell. The place was jam packed. It was a sweat box, and all you could see was this one light over the turntables, and he was playing that kind of music. And when I saw what he was doing to the crowd and the type of music that he was playing was the music that turned me on, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I said to myself, I'm never going to get my foot in the door as Carlos Mendez because this is hip hop. You got Flash, you got Theodore, you got all these cats, and they're all Black. Hold on. My foot in the door as Carlos. I said to myself, I'm never going to get my foot in the door as Carlos Mendez because this is hip hop. You got Flash, you got Theodore, you got all these cats, and they're all Black. I like playing this music, but I'm Spanish. I'm not going to be accepted if I go out there as DJ Carlos Mendez.
You know what I'm saying?
I said to myself, I'm never going to get my foot in the door as Carlos Mendez because this is hip hop. You got Flash, you got Theodore, you got all these cats, and they're all Black. I like playing this music, but I'm Spanish. I'm not going to be accepted if I go out there as DJ Carlos Mendez. Just the name alone is going to make you not want to come in the door.
And so again, all of this shit. Right. All of this shit about, we not from New York. That's why we don't know no better because we not from New York and all of that. All of these people is from the Bronx. They're not just from the Bronx. They from the era where it all started. These are the people that Fat Joe brings up as evidence. The first people he names is the Charlie Chases and the Disco Wizzes and the Whipper Whips. These are the people he likes to bring up. And then you hear from them, and this is what they saying. They saying the same shit we say.
Right. He didn't do his homework. He just didn't do his homework. Or, he's just doing what a colonizer does. They don't care. He is a colonizer spirit.
Is that this right here? What you wanted me to play? From Lord Jamar's page?
It's yeah.
All right. Check it out. And actually, while I'm playing this, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. This is only for the people who participated with today's super chat. And so I'm only gonna drop it on that side. Let me push that right there. Boom. And so for the people that participated in today's super chat, y'all want to come on and add your thoughts, click that link that I just dropped into the chat right there. And we'll let y'all add your thoughts before we get out of here today. Check it out. Hold on.
Serve these dudes, man.
Fair use, family. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Oh, yeah, they playing this goddamn music.
You'll see. Play it until he starts talking.
Yeah. Oh, let me mute it.
Until he starts talking. Yeah.
All right. Right here. Is that good?
No,
a little bit more.
A little more.
All right, right here.
Right
All right, here we go.
The breaking and stuff like that were considered underground. And to cool her, brought everything out into the open. And that was like, say, 74, 75. All the underground stuff, all the in-house, all the hallway dances, and all the house parties.
So this is Crazy Legs that's speaking. They got the music playing in the background. He talking about how he got down with hip hop and all that. He said, Lord Jabbar said, ask Lazy Legs if he want to box himself and everyone else in this video that told the truth.
Right.
Hashtag FBA created hip hop. And look, they got a whole page. Some Puerto Rican dude got a whole page called Co-Creators of Hip Hop where they be, they don't even got no receipts. Y'all don't got no receipts.
And they're telling on themselves at the same time.
Y'all don't got no receipts. Let's go.
The dance were brought out to the street. And the more they took it to the street, the more nationalities got involved in it.
The more they took it to the street, the more nationalities got involved in it. So that means in order for you to get involved with something, it has to already be a thing, right?
Right. You weren't a creator.
You can't get involved with something that you created. You created it. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta keep pausing because of the music. So trying not to get this strike. But I want to get, because I know the part where he really says explicitly, that's that Moreno style and all that. So that's what I want y'all. That's what I want y'all to hear.
It was no longer an Afro-American thing.
Oh shit! It was no longer an Afro-American thing.
No longer. So that means it was foundational Black American.
In the beginning. All right, but it also sounds like even back then he had a takeover mindset.
Right. Colonizers.
Because it doesn't sound like what Big Pun was saying. Big Pun was like, thank you to the Morenos, thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua.
Right.
That's what Big Pun was saying. He said, I was giving a shout out to the Black people, to the Morenos, and saying thank you for accepting Boricua into hip hop,
into the culture.
That's respectful. That's respectfully saying, I'm happy to be a part of what y'all created.
Right.
But what Crazy Legs was saying, even back then, it's no longer a Afro-American thing. I mean, they taking it. It's ours now.
Right.
He already had that mindset, but he couldn't just outright lie and say that they created it. You know what I'm saying? Back then, like he's trying to do now. But he already had the mindset. If you're paying attention,
the Hispanic took to the dance.
I know for a fact that when I went to some parts, it was rare to see a Puerto Rican dancer.
I know for a fact when I went to the park, it was rare to see a Puerto Rican dancer. The Puerto Rican dancers, the Puerto Rican DJs, those were anomalies. Those were anomalies. That was a novelty. Like, oh shit, look at this Puerto Rican nigga. He kind of nice with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a novelty.
Breaking. And when they did, it was like, oh shit, check out the Puerto Rican B-boy,
A lot of people used to call it like, like the Latinos, Moreno means black, they be like, yo, that's that Moreno style.
Man.
That's that Moreno style.
The receipts is heavy, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? And that goes back to when everyone says produce your receipts, right? They cannot produce any receipts because every receipt tells us or has them saying who created it. Has them as the students, has them coming later. You know what I'm saying? They're saying it themselves. So how can they don't have any receipts that says otherwise up until now.
Mm-hmm.
And why did they change their tune?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my
Mm-hmm.
Why y'all change y'all tune?
That's that Moreno style. Now, I know when I used to go to the park, this is a Puerto Rican dude saying this in the early 80s. He said, when I used to go to the park, it was rare to see a Puerto Rican dancer. Y'all came later. Y'all came way later. Sincere, I propose you watch the movie Aaron and Angela from 1975 with Kevin Hooks and Irene Cara. It details the racial reality of the 1970s. Then do a live review on this show exposing them. So the movie is called Aaron and Angela. I might have to check that out. Appreciate that. We always get excited when we see different race of people dancing with groove. Right. Black people be putting extras on it when they see somebody non-black doing something. Black people be putting extras on it.
Right.
Go white boy, go, and all that shit. You know what I mean? You FBA black people, because you can't debate and scared of knowledge, that doesn't suit your opinion. Buy time to give you guys something on your platforms. Keep up the good work. Oh, yeah, I'm confused about your comment. I'm very confused about your comment on Down to Earth podcast. Not even sure what you're saying there. But nobody clicked on the link, so we about to end this broadcast for today. I appreciate everybody tuning in with us, and I appreciate everybody who participated in the super chat as well. You guys are the MVPs.
Thank you. Shout out to my cousin, some chick named Star, for gifting. What are they call it? The super chat?
The membership. She
memberships.
gifted.
Yeah, there you go.
She gifted 5 memberships, and again, I'm not sure how that works. But I guess she paid for 5 of y'all to become members. So shout out to the new members. Oh, we have a guest right before we about to close out. DeMarcus, can you turn your camera on for a second? If you don't want your camera on the screen, that's fine. All right, let me get you on here, DeMarcus. You're gonna have to be brief. You're gonna have to be brief though, because we getting ready to get out of here, brother. All right. What's your thoughts about today's broadcast?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I was actually just I actually hit the link when you said y'all about to back out. Now what I can do is I can let y'all do y'all thing and we can pick it up next time, y'all. You know what I mean? Ain't no pressure.
Oh, you must got a lot to say. You must got a lot you want to say.
Yeah, like I mean, it's a conversation. You know, you just can't say something because I might say something that somebody else want to chime in on. You feel me?
No doubt. All right, we appreciate you, man. We do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. So just make sure that you subscribe, click the notification bell, and all of that, so you can tap in with us next time.
All right, I got you.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
All right, no doubt. All right, and so me and my brother RP is gonna do a live later on this week. We're gonna do our we're going to be talking about our favorite albums that came out in 2024. We did one about a week ago. We were talking about some of the OGs that dropped in 2024. It was a lot of OGs that dropped new music in 2024. So we gave our thoughts about that. You know, Redman dropped a new album. Snoop new album is out there. Common and Pete Rock's album. Rakim did a project. Who else? There was a lot of OGs that had dropped new music. Ghostface had one. So we talked about that. Yeah.
He said something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna have to listen to Redman's album again off the first listen. I wasn't really feeling like that. Yeah, Ice Cube's album was dope. We talked about that. Off the first listen, Redman's album was kind of underwhelming for me, but I'm definitely gonna go back and listen to it some more. He dropped a video for one of the songs. The video is dope, and the video made me like that song for sure. Snoop new album is fire. That's my favorite one. That Snoop album is crazy. I love that Snoop album. The Ice Cube album is hard. The Snoop album is hard. But yeah, anyway, y'all could go check out the broadcast me and RP did last week about that. We gave our thoughts on all of those albums. So if you haven't seen it, go watch the replay to that. But we're going to go on this week and we're going to give our overall thoughts about a lot of the music that came out. I didn't get to hear everything. Let y'all know that right now. I didn't hear everything. A lot of stuff came out that I didn't get a chance to press play on. But the stuff that I did, we're going to talk about that this week to close out the year and all of that. And is this the Jedi right here? What's going on, Jedi? You on the
What's up, brother?
You on the live, King? Is this the brother Jedi? You got the YouTube channel, the Black Jedi? Okay, what's going on,
King? Peace.
And I know you're landing, brother. So I know how it is when you're trying to end alive.
Yes, sir.
Like, get the hell up out of here.
Yes, sir.
So, but I just wanted to check in real quick because I seen you were live right now, but I want us to schedule a discussion. And I don't know what your full live was today because, like I said, just saw the title, just saw everything. This is something I've got some thoughts on. Maybe we can revisit this, and we can just kind of set up some other topics for discussion. But I would love for us to do something together, inshallah.
Send me a DM on Instagram. You on Instagram?
Yeah, man, and I'm glad you mentioned Instagram because I'm so impressed, man, with your hip hop stuff. I didn't know you did, and like, why aren't you number one, like on the charts? And then some of your graphics and stuff you use, man. Like the first thing that gets me is the beat of anything, and then like the first ones that I heard from you, I didn't even know it was you, and then I started hearing the lyrics. I'm like, I like what this brother is saying. Then I realized it's you. So big ups to you for that, man. And I'm not even a hip hop fan at all.
Hey, much respect, man.
I said he's nice. He's nice.
Yeah, the brother is nice, most definitely. But yeah, I'll definitely send you something, and we, God willing, we just schedule something we can get together and make something happen, brother.
No.
And I'm definitely gonna hit the back button on this so I can watch this stream now.
Yo, and tell everybody what your YouTube channel is.
The Jedi, everybody. It's just the Jedi. And then I also have a second channel called Jedi Africa, which is the icon is a picture of me, but the one that I'm on right now is just the Jedi. And it's just a red icon with Arabic writing in the center of it. So yeah, if you guys want to check me out, I'm aligned with my brother as far as what we're trying to do on this platform. I think he's a little bit more diverse than me, but yeah, definitely appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
Respect, man. All right, man. We'll chop it up. Just hit me up in the DM. Yeah, shout out to that brother right there. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him. I know a lot of y'all subscribe to us because of him, because he gave us a major shout out on his platform also. So you know what I'm saying? Definitely return that favor. And so yeah, man, we got to get out of here, man. 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours today, goddamn. We gotta get out of here, man. Love chopping it up with y'all, though, man. Love chopping it up with y'all, man. Good conversation today. We got some good work in. We got some good straightening in. You know what I'm saying? But that does it for today's episode of Sincere Love, the Godcast. We will see y'all. I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Me and Nicey will be back here on Sunday. And then we're going to kick off the top of the year with the new season of the Black Business Showcase. So let them know about that.
January 8th, it's going to be our first Black Business Showcase episode. So make sure you are tapped in and following both Sincere and I. I am Nicey Girl with the #1 on Instagram and Nicey Girl without the #1 on X, formerly known as Twitter. And you can follow Sincere on all social media platforms at Sincere Love the God.
Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so we out of here, family. But always remember and never forget, we are not the master teachers. We are only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. Peace and Black love.
Yeah. see what's in the God's mind. Listen.